Yeah, just touched down in Florida after a 16-hour drive. The only thing to do is to go get our badges.
A lot of Texas here today, man.
Coming in strong, you know, put the work.
Competitor or spectator?
Competitor.
What is your tag?
Narakami.
You're good to go.
Thank you very much. As mentioned before, guys, I'm in Florida. Now, the reason why I'm in Florida is because I am here for CEO. Right now, it's currently Thursday, and I am just kind of chilling right now in the lobby because there's really nothing else to do. Hopefully, I can find some games because my poll doesn't start till Saturday, so it gives me ample time to ramp up and get some good practice in. So hopefully, we can do that. Today is a beautiful sunny day in Florida. Yesterday we were successful in our quest to catch games and we got some pretty good practice. Today it's going to be more of the same, just trying to get some games, just trying to get that last minute prep in for my pulls for Saturday. In addition to the prep for my pulls, I will just be soaking in and enjoying the tournament experience because it's something that I haven't been to and this is my first CEO and I'm really excited to be here. Man, I can't wait for this weekend to get kicked off underway. Day one is officially in the books for CEO. Right now, I'm gonna head back to my room because I am super tired. My pool started at 10 a.m. It is currently 2 a.m. I was up playing casuals for a little bit and I need to get some sleep before we actually start our run. Hopefully, we can do well. Finally, we have pulls. Right now, I'm in hyper-focus mode because I'm trying to do well for my pull. I want to at least get out my pulls, maybe possibly get a top 24. I think it's doable. Hopefully, we can get some pretty good games before my pull actually starts. Alrighty, guys, just finished our pull play, and yes, we did make top 96, but unfortunately, we did it out of losers. We do have a couple of matches to recap, so I'm gonna find a place where I can kind of sit around and then recap those matches. So my matches went as follows. My first round, I ended up getting a DQ because my opponent didn't show up, so that pushed me to winners round 2. At winners round 2, I ended up playing Taj. He's a pretty decent Gil, Nash, and Akira player. Against me, he played both Gil and Akira. It's the first match. It was Ibuki versus Gil. I'm not really sure how the round count went, but I did lose one round. I know one of the rounds, he had a big life lead with his Gil, and I ended up stealing the round with like my 50-50 mix-up, and then the final round I was able to clutch it out, and from there he switched to Akira. Now there was a couple of things that were getting me in that match, and it was the fact of Akira's V-trigger. I told myself I need to lab those setups, but guess what I didn't do? Didn't lab the setups. I kept getting hit by those setups and I essentially died that first game because of my mistake. Don't be like me, because it might come back to bite you in tournament. Fortunately, it didn't because I was able to secure the closeout game to then move on to my winners round 3. In the winners round 3 match, I ended up playing against Sakino. She's playing Colleen. I went Ibuki. I actually ended up losing 2-1. The first game when I was following, and that one I felt like I was getting out neutral. Then once he got V-trigger 2, I was able to pop that and then come in like really messed up situations. For the second game, I said to myself I was going to be more aggressive and neutral, and it ended up working for me because I was able to maul, which is what you want to do with Ibuki versus Colleen. Third game, it came down to the last round. He ended up pushing me to the corner, getting me close to stun. As I was close to stun, I then was like, okay, I'm gonna DP. The DP didn't come out, so he stunned me, and I ended up dying. That match sent me to losers bracket. So now on to my last match. This is a match that I played to qualify in the top 96 loser side. I ended up playing against Taj again, and it was the exact same matchup that we ran before. This time it was a little bit different because I felt more confident and comfortable because we got to move off screen, so I was able to settle down the nerves and play the matchup like the way it's supposed to be and pretty much dominate, and that forced the Akira pick. Once again, the exact same thing happened in the second game that it did in the first set, where I wasn't dealing with Daigo correctly, and then that kind of killed me. In fact, that's what killed me one game. I ended up popping V-trigger, and I tried the V-reversal, and you're not supposed to V-reversal the V-trigger, and I died because of that. Third game, I made the adjustment to deal with the V-trigger. Instead of trying the V-reversal, I went with V-shifting out of there and just getting out of the mix-up. That allowed me to get back into neutral. Then from neutral, I was able to go into my offensive pressure and win the game for there. I'm pretty disappointed overall in how I played today. I feel like I was a shell of myself. I ended up messaging a homie about it. He told me stuff like this is all part of the process, and so it kind of put it in perspective that I need to be training better. I also gotta, continue to go to events. But I will celebrate my win because my lesser version today was good enough to get out of pools. Now we don't play again until 6 p.m. tonight, so that gives me some time to kind of chill and do whatever I want to. Right now, my homie's pool is about to start, and so I think I'm gonna go out there and check him out and give him some support. You're in winners finals, right? Oh, so you're top 96 right now. All right, cool. Yeah. Texas boy, top 96. Currently, I'm waiting for my last match to be played in order for me to qualify for top 24, and I will be playing that on stream. I am playing against Kaba. He's a really good player from DR, so I'm excited about that. But I want to tell you guys how we specifically got there. First match I played was against a Monat player. I ran Ibuki, and it was a clean 2-0. I was able to get in and just maul him, and I was feeling pretty good after that. So now on to my second match of top 96. I ended up playing against a Karen player. Overall, my thoughts on that matchup, I think Ibuki can do a lot of things in the matchup to kind of make it difficult, such as EX209. Karen has a hard time dealing with that because her anti-airs are not very strong. So when she has to think about that, it makes jumping that much more easier, and it opens up the ground game for you to dash as well. That was essentially the game plan I was trying to play, but I did execute it completely throughout the whole set because I ended up barely squeaking by and taking it to the one. Now the third match, I played against a Nash player. Now this is pretty interesting because I actually was preparing for a Nash because I thought I was going to have to play another Nash and pulls before that, but my training did not go to waste because I was effectively able to stop his pressure, then get in at any time I want to, and essentially just maul the character because the character has no defensive options. Well, it's official, guys. My run is over. I ended up losing the Kaba. Let's talk about it. All right, so this is how I lost. I ended up losing that set 2-0. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not as good as the Gao matchup as I should be. Despite that, I was able to do some good things. First game pretty much watched me. It's kind of a death by 1,000 cuts sort of things where you just sonic boom, and then you dash forward and kind of threw me and whatnot, and then I was dead. Now the second game, I got some good timing, some good jump ins on the booms, I had some good offense, but unfortunately, as I was beginning to play and understand what he was doing, I wasn't able to do it fast enough in that second game, and he essentially beat me. I got a lot to say about my performance in terms of how I felt I did, but the only thing I can do is grind to get better. Hopefully I can take this experience and then use it to become a better player. I guess the only thing to do right now is play some casuals and enjoy some finals. Until then, guys, I'll see you later.